Hello, my name is CarX82 and welcome back to my Gregtech New Horizons series. I have just been doing kind of some testing and kind of figure out how I want to lay out kind of this tech stuff. So I did some testing with the research the research station, the next multi-block that we need to build here. And it is quite a large multi-block. It is 7 tall and I think 4 wide, I think. So I'm trying to figure out like where I want to place this. And I need to have it near the assembly line because it will store all the data sticks, and then we can connect it to the assembly line. And I haven't actually tested this part of it out, but I believe the assembly line slave connector is how you connect it. So I believe that will replace the advanced data hatch, and then you run the optical cables into it. And I believe that's how that works. So we kind of need to have that near my assembly line. The question is, do I want more assembly lines? And for right now, the main thing that would push me to get another assembly line would be because I don't have enough room for the data hatches or the data sticks, but that is kind of what is being solved by this research computer. So I'm almost kind of leaning towards just having the one that can do all the recipes, the 16 like slice assembly line. And then we will just upgrade this as needed. We can just, add, replace the hatches to upgrade the power as needed. Because the assembly line is never what the kind of like the backlog in these recipes. It only takes 30 seconds or 15 seconds to craft up like the component. So that is not really what's the slow part. The blast furnace and the vacuum freezer is kind of what is the backlog. So like I don't know if adding multiple assembly lines is really going to improve the speed of the recipes. Now, the other thing I've been kind of trying to decide is my blast furnace room, and I really think it is too far from the power station. I really want to ramp up the power on these, and it makes it very difficult to do that because I have to replace a lot of the cabling. And, I can replace it with the superconductor wire because it does 16 amps or whatever, but that's still, I think, is it like 60? I think it's like almost 60 cables all the way over here. So that's not like super difficult, but it definitely makes it annoying. So I'm thinking I may end up turning this into the assembly room. I need a room for my like assembly machines. So I'm thinking, I could have couple in here, and they don't need a lot of channels. Basically, you can just throw like an interface on one or something like that, so that can like easily be expanded to like quite a large thing. And I can expand this room as needed. I don't know how many assembly lines I'm gonna want. The multi-blocks. Assembler, yeah, assembler. So yeah, but I do think I'm gonna end up moving my blast furnace, and I don't know if I will move that. Yeah, I guess I could move that as well. So I think it really should go right here, to be honest. That'd be close. But, I mean, if I put it kind of like on this side maybe. That wouldn't be too bad. I really just like this setup. I just think it's a cool setup. And I kind of want to just leave it, even though I'm not really using it anymore. I just think it's a fun kind of build. So that's the reason I'm kind of keeping this. So I don't particularly want to. I would move all this, except I can't move the node. That is... Well, I can, but it's kind of a pain. Because you have to box it up and or bottle it up, and it turns to fading, and I would have to like get it back from fading and stuff. But I mean, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it doesn't really matter since I'm not using this. Maybe it doesn't really matter if that node kind of is not the greatest. But that's gonna be that'd be kind of a thing. But the other thing is this TecTech stuff needs to be close because these pull, as we can see, a lot of amps. So that needs to be close, and it needs next to the assembler. So I think this is definitely going to go over here, and maybe I could even put the thing over there. I just think having it over here and even having like a dedicated dynamo for the blast furnaces, I think would be better than what we have kind of at the moment. Like, just leave this kind of for the base and then have a whole separate one solely dedicated to the blast furnace. So I think I just kind of convinced myself that is what I want to do. So let me cut here. I'm gonna do a little bit of a platform, I think, because we need to build this up. And yeah, I think the research station, if I remember correctly, is 4 wide and then 7. It's not like a full block. It's not. It looks a little bit different than that, but that's kind of the size. So yeah, let me do some kind of building here, and I'll maybe move the blast furnace while I'm at it. And quick update here. I have gone ahead and built out a new kind of building so far. Obviously just the stone, just to get it built, and then maybe I will replace it when I actually build up the whole building, but I wanted to kind of get it done. So as we can see, I've greatly expanded the size of the blast furnace room, so I can eventually get a whole lot more blast furnaces. I think it'll be cool to slowly expand this. And I even left room to put another 2 more. So eventually this will have enough room for 16 blast furnaces in here. Now I know I could do them even closer if I wanted, but just the way I'm doing the gases and stuff, I like having the extra room for the hatches. That's why I've done groups of 5. But for now, we're just going to have the 2 rows of 5, or like the 2 groups of 2. They're 5 wide, but so that'll be the before blast furnaces. And I've gone ahead and actually don't have a elevator in here yet. I need to get that, and I also need to get a travel anchor. I have, instead of going through the road, I'm just gonna do a whole little separate thing purely for the blast furnace, so it's directly connected to the substation. Just makes it easier to upgrade and everything, and I don't have to worry about not getting enough power and all sorts. So yeah, and I was debating whether I wanted to do like 16 amps of UV, but right now we don't quite need that much power. Right now we're only doing 3 of them are running on ZPM power. So if I do 4 amps of UV, that will upgrade these all to UV power. And eventually we will upgrade them again. And yeah, Yeah, I was going to upgrade this to 16 amps, but I realized I got the 4 amp dynamo, which is fine, and molten electrum, osmium, naquata, that's totally doable. The issue here is this next tier of transformer and naquata LA cable, not a problem. These nano power, not a problem. UV machine hull, not a problem. But we need superconductor UHV wire. So we can't do that yet. Yeah, so we can't do that until we get the next tier of components. But the kind of funny part, if I really want to do that, I can actually just do a if I can find it here. Yeah, this one. So this accepts 16 amps of UV or output 16, depending on how you do it. And I can just go ahead and craft this up. Like, not a problem at all. And this is actually 16 amps of UV. And I could just have the ZPM dynamo. So we could just do... okay. There we go. So the ZPM, like, I can just build this, and this is actually 16 amps of UV, and it's cheaper than just having a UV dynamo. But for now, I think I'm just going to do the 4 amps of UV, and I was debating whether to do the superconductor wires, but I think until I upgrade that, because that requires a lot of neutronium, and I'm a bit low on neutronium. I only have 36 ingots, which is one of the reasons I want to upgrade all this. And yeah, I'm just going to use the superconductor base wires, I think. So these hold 8 amps. So that'll be perfect for this these blast furnaces. And then I will just, I can break these down and craft up the things for the, yeah, I can just turn them straight into the superconductor wires when I have enough neutronium and stuff. So yeah, so what I think I'm going to do that, I'm going to lay these down and yeah, we'll go ahead and move over all these over and get these upgraded to UV because that will help quite a bit with the power. And another quick update, I've got 2 blast furnaces moved over. I've hooked up all the gases and the interfaces again. And yeah, I also added radon to both. So each of these has radon, helium, and argon for all the kind of high-end stuff. And then I think one of these has nitrogen. Yeah, this one also has nitrogen. So yeah, having only one energy hatch lets you add some more fluids, or gases, which is pretty cool. So yeah, these are running off UV power now and pulling directly from the substation. So pretty stoked about that. And then yeah, I just needed more neutronium for the next 2 energy hatches. So I got neutronium in both of these, and I also have neutronium in both of these. And yeah, because I added another ZPM energy hatch. So this is 0.8 amps, that's 0.8 amps over there of ZPM. So I think we're probably stressing our our power grid pretty much a lot right now. Yeah, we're dropping quite a bit, but yeah, once we get that kind of crafted up, I can finally move all of them over there. And yeah, I'm just going to continue to upgrade the... not that, I have so many anchors now. Like, yeah, just continue to upgrade the turbines here. So once I get all 8 of them done, we'll be up to what? 2 million EU per tick if needed. So yeah, pretty happy about that. Maybe I should throw all 8 on since I'm draining so much. Yeah, why don't we just go ahead and do that? I'm sure it's still, yeah, it's still draining pretty quickly because I have 4 blast furnaces running on UV power. And just another update here. We've gotten both the blast furnaces moved over, and yeah, they're just smelting away. And yeah, everything is kind of organized pretty well, I think. So I got all the channels over there, and they're both set up the exact same way. And then we got this chest kind of like right in the middle with all the different things that go in it, and yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how this kind of turned out. The only, I don't know, I guess it's not really an issue yet, but yeah, since I'm using like export buses and everything, I'm already up to 20 channels, and I've only done 2 2 banks. So I'm definitely going to, if I continue kind of go this route, I'm going to need some more P2P tunnels down here because, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to have all these. But we'll kind of get to that when I build out more blast furnaces. I think we're good for now. Yeah, because I threw 2 stacks of neutronium in there and just kind of let that tick away. So, yeah. I was having some issues with this, and I couldn't figure out why. Like, it kept turning off like it wasn't getting enough power, and I didn't really understand why, because it's connected directly to the power grid, so I don't know why. If it needs like 4 amps of ZPM and this is pulling 1 and like that one's pulling 1, I feel like it should have like pulled enough. Maybe the only thing I was maybe thinking would be the problem is when I was having all the blast furnaces running over here. So these were pulling whatever 6 amps of ZPM. And I had a whole bunch of other stuff pulling amps all at the same time. So maybe that was stressing maybe this was pulling more than 16 amps and I just didn't realize. But or maybe like when this was running, this was pulling 4 amps as well. So maybe I was just kind of pulling way too many amps. But now that we have the blast furnaces on its own dedicated thing, that is pretty cool. Which these are only wires. I didn't do cables, so I think in theory if I touch them when they're running I would actually die. It would kill me, but the quantum suit I think protects me from that. But I haven't actually touched these wires when they have amps going through, so maybe one day I will accidentally do that and we will find out. But anyway, as we can see, I am crafting up a bunch of stuff here. The next 2 things that we need require a whole heck of a lot of nether stars. I think between we're doing the research station and the object holder. I think this is the object holder. Yep. This one needs 8 emitters, and the research station requires 8 sensors, so a whole heck of a lot of nether stars that you need. But as we can see, I'm just kind of crafting up the different things that we need here for the research station. And I think there is the ZPM hole. Got this, and I think that was an input bus, right? Yeah, input bus. So that should be a 2. I think this is don't think it needs, does it need? I can never remember if it needs. Yeah, this one does need. All right. It's a bit of a pain because I don't have an assembler with our assembler good enough for this. But I guess, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, why don't we just do... We'll just do it that way. Oh, and I found my other fluid tank. It was over in my circuit area. I completely forgotten I'd put it there. Oops. I keep doing that. Yeah, and I also gotta find a better place for this, but I guess for now it works. Input bus is a 1, right? I hope. Input bus. Yeah. So we got that, and the crystal, I don't think that's done yet. Oh, still got lots and lots of crystal circuits going on. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll just, I'll continue to craft up all this stuff. Basically just ZPM components and some circuits. There's a couple other things in here, but for the most part, it's actually not that bad. It's not even UV. I was worried it would be like UV, but ZPM is not that bad. It's just the europium. Although I should probably get some more europium going. While I remember. Yeah, let me, how about we do... Ooh, I'm getting short on neodymium. Let's see how fast that goes with 1,000 ingots in the blast furnaces. Ah, that's right. Because it has no, yeah, it has to be in a circuit of 1. Which is a bit annoying. So only one of them can do it, but oh well. Oh, that's right. It's doing it automatically from here. Anyway, let me come back and we will continue. Okay, I think I got all the parts. Let's just go ahead and throw this all in. I have this in the right order. And let's throw this in here. Come on, work. All right, what did I do? Did I put something in the wrong order? May have done that. Sensor, circuits, field generator, 2 motors. I have motors. Four. Is that what I did? No, I had 4. Let me figure out what I did wrong here, and we will come back. All right. Who saw the molten osmium kind of hiding there? I did not see that. So I just went ahead and got 9 osmium, and hopefully this will work, and prove me wrong. Come on. All right. Now I don't know. I for sure don't know why it's not working. And the only thing I can possibly think of is that these circuits are not or dictionaried with the recipe. Yep, there we go. All right, so the wetware, these wetware things do not work in that recipe. So good to know for the future. We'll find a use for those. All right, so that is 300 seconds. So let me come back when this is almost done. And that should be the research station, hopefully. Yep, there it is. Throw it on the ground, learn the recipe. And there is the quest for that, and that'll give us 59. I'm gonna wait to finish that, but that looks like that's the only, yeah, that's all the quests, I think, in this chapter. Basically to get the quantum computer and the research station. So built up a little bit of a thing here, and from what I have seen from testing, this is actually it's 3 wide and 7 deep and 7 tall. So that's how big this research station is. And I've been kind of debating whether I want to actually put it down one. But I think we'll just do that there, I think. So let's go ahead and put that there. Now there is a couple other things I'm going to need. I'm probably going to need a maintenance hatch. And maybe this uncertainty thing, which still don't really understand how this works. Sometimes it's like, I feel like this has been okay for like 5 hours, but like sometimes it lasts for 10 minutes. But maybe that's just kind of a maintenance thing, or similar to a maintenance thing. So let's go ahead and just break all this. And let's just see if we can get this up and craft it, or let's get this multi-block at least built. So if we do this, it's going to be big and scary. Right. So how do I want to do this? So as we can see, this needs to be pushed back, what, 1, 2, 3. Where do I want this up? So 2. I need to move this like 4 back, it looks like. And these things will eventually disappear, but they don't disappear very fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Yeah, because this is going to get even crazier if I do 2 of them. Yeah, this thing is pretty big. I wish these things would disappear. See, now they're like starting to disappear, I think. All right, there they go, finally. So yeah, this is kind of why I was debating whether to put this down into the floor, maybe. It is like insanely high. Let me decide. I mean, I can reach it, no problem. I don't know. I can always move it at some point if I decide to. All right, let's hit that again before it starts disappearing on me. Now these look all... Like, why is that one a different color? Kind of like a lighter color. We got these here. And these look like advanced computers. And that will probably be one of the special blocks, I think. And then we got compete vents here. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. There. Yeah, see these little ones or whatever? The one with the one square, that are the ones that, like, the energy hatch needs to go on and stuff, so... Now it's disappearing and I don't want it to. Bit awkward, for sure. Alright, so this one seems to have a lot more than the 29 computer casings it told me to do. Like, it needs way more than that. So these quests are a bit weird. I'm assuming this is kind of similar to what's on the bottom. It's kind of like mirrored, it looks like. Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop this down, I think. All right. I think that's right. Yeah. So that's that, and then... Yeah, these look all like they're the computer cases. Oh, disappearing again. Don't disappear on me. Computer case down. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to put that down. So we got... There's another advanced one. Okay, so the advanced computer cases look like that was the right amount. So... Yeah, I think I'm gonna lower this down 2. So this is flat. Now, this 2, I believe, is the holder hatch. Yep. So this object holder, I believe, needs to go here. And then... Alright, so it doesn't have that uncertainty thing, so that's like always good. So... Because I have... no idea how this thing works, other than just hitting random buttons. I've tried to kind of figure it out. So we need 9 to get this thing. So yeah, data hatches, computer casings. So I guess we'll do one of the optimal slave things. So this will be like, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking, like, that's how you connect it to the assembly line. That's a bit of a weird place to have it, unfortunately. Because I think the assembler line thing has to be like on this side. It needs to be the controller and then the data hatch right next to it. So I can't really like have the data hatch farther down. So then we got about the amps. I think it needs that. And then computer casings. I just want to get this kind of data hatches, and I think this is it. I don't think you need any other like things. So let's just cross our fingers and hope this forms. Oh my goodness, did I actually do it? All right, so there we go. There is the research computer. So I'm definitely going to have to move this. I don't like where it is, but I just wanted to get it at least put together so we can see what it's going to look like eventually. Let me just do that really quick. And there we go. Okay, so I think how this works, we put a recipe kind of in there, what we want it to scan, and then that somehow saves the thing. I'm really not 100% sure, like how can we like see what it is stored? Unless, no, I don't think you would need more than one holder hatch. It says it stores it in the interface. The state to stick the houses all the data the completed item will be inside the multi-block interface. So yeah, I think unfortunately that is about it for this episode. Next episode we will come back. I'm gonna get the power lines running over here. I haven't got them connected yet, so can't turn it on yet. But yeah, next episode, I'm pretty excited to finally see how the quantum computer works and hopefully get some stuff scanned in this crazy looking multi-block. And hopefully get that connected up to the assembly line. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. So thanks for watching and have a good one.